welcome everybody to Cosmic Canvas. I'm D&D Wife. Welcome back. This time we are painting miniatures on our normal Saturdays. I wasn't here last Saturday. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of a family emergency that we had to take care of, but we're back this Saturday and we're all good to go. I'm really excited because I finally got my black light to work. Let me just angle this up a bit. There we go. I finally got my black light to work, and I want to show you guys what some of this stuff looks like. So, I'm so excited. Okay, so let's get these mushrooms up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my light. See, that kind of darkens things a bit. And then watch me put that black light on. Let's see, does the camera capture it well enough? Oh, I don't know. It might be a little. But look at how that lights up. Yeah, there you go. A little more indirect light, and you can really see. Woo! I forgot it's not on there properly. But like, look at that. You can really see the glow come through. It's so cool. Like if you're walking through at night and these are just popping out at you, beautiful. And then I've got, you can even see the paints back there also glowing. I've got this little guy that I did a while ago. You can see the runes here. Oh, hold on a second. Let me go to chat here. Uh, Look at that. You can see the glowing eyes, the runes on the rocks. It's a really cool. Yeah, I'm super excited. Oop. Also, I forgot to check my audio. Let me do that real quick here. Let's see. All right, looks like our audio is good for YouTube. And let's check Twitch. Come on. Ooh, I do want to be. Oh, there we go. There we go. I wanted to say thank you so much for 20 followers. I'm really excited that we hit that goal. I've updated my goal to 50, so hopefully we can get there. I'm really excited. Okay. Yep. Yep. We are good on the audios. All right. Put that down. Okay, okay. Let's get down to business. Now that we've seen some of the cool glow stuff that we've got, I'm so excited for that. It looks so good. It looks even better in person, I think, because the camera doesn't quite capture what the glow effect looks like. Oh, actually, the light kind of helps because I can shine the black light directly on it, and you can actually see the glow a bit. Let's see. Oh, see, that's cool. See, yeah, I can really make that glow. And you can really see it. So then let's see here. Actually, the light kind of helps with the camera, which is interesting. And then the mushrooms are a little harder. But yeah, look at that. And the striping underneath is so cool. And then I did want to check. I included some green dotting under in the underneath. And oh, look at that. Look at all that glow. Ah, that looks so good. So good. They definitely look like spores ready to pop out, right? I'm so excited. I love using blacklight stuff and glow paints. They're like some of the most fun things I've used, and I really like it for D&D too because you can hide things. Especially because remember, as I said, if you don't use a base color, the actual glow paint itself can dry fairly light, so you can hide things in your miniatures that people wouldn't normally think would be anything, and then in the story as it progresses, you shine the black light over it, and it gives them a clue. Things like that are so cool to do for players, and I really like including those practical like little things for storytelling inside of miniatures. So yeah, that's really awesome. I was so happy to share that with you guys. So let me put these away now because I want to get down to business. I want to paint some miniatures. Since we did a landscape last time, I did want to do some character work just because I do want to like mix it up every now and then. I don't want to constantly be doing set pieces. I also want to be doing, characters, show what my skills are. Um, we are going to use, see, so there are a few different paints that I like using for different types of miniatures. These D&D standard, I think they're WizKids miniatures. They come pre-primed in white or in like this very light gray. And I like painting these specifically with the quick paints. They're very good, very receptive towards the quick paints and the like shadow and light highlights that they do. So I love using quick paints with these. But if we're looking at some of the 3D prints that I've gotten before, like this little guy right here that is primed in gray, the quick paints don't work as well for darker colors. So I don't tend to use the quick paints with these guys. And so that's, I think, the difference in my painting style. I have to kind of adapt different paints for different things, and I think the quick paints actually look a lot better on these WizKids D&D miniatures, just because the white base of it makes it really receptive to the hue. So yeah, the hue saturation. So let's get into it. We've got our water here. We've got this. Let's see. He's a dragonborn for sure. Uh, and I want to thinking about the color, what it should look like. What are we thinking? Are we thinking more fiery, more brooding? I've been working with a lot of cool colors lately with the mushrooms and everything. It's been a lot of purples and blues. Green is something I haven't really worked with lately, just because all of Extraeus is kind of blue, so we don't get too much green in the world. But hmm, green might not be a bad color combination here. Ooh, it could be one of the pirates that we have been fighting in Zendra Cove. That could definitely be, one of these guys. So, ooh, I really love the weapon on this. It's like a hammer or like I don't know. It kind of looks like a hammer with a spike at the end. That's all I can really like say. Let me see if I can bring it up a little closer. Yeah. You see that? That looks super cool and intricate and unique. I definitely want to capture the essence of that really well. That's amazing. Okay. So, I think I like green for this guy. Eyes most likely yellow, just because they're very complementary colors to green. Yellow with maybe like dark brown pupils. I kind of like that, slitted pupils. Um, the armor, the armor will be a mix of leathers, and to complement the green, I would say probably brass highlighting or brass plating in certain areas, like the boots and such, the guards on there. Or like yeah, because it doesn't look like he has actual boots. He just has like shin guards. So we'll paint those probably in brass to give the green a nice complementary color to work with. And that's kind of what you do, when painting miniatures. You just look at a palette that works. You start off with like what color calls to you first. So I went with his scale color because I just think that's really telling of a character, especially a dragonborn, like what kind of dragon they are. So I like green. I like green for this. Also very like sea themed, because remember the Sea of Extraeus is certainly green, not blue. If you've ever been to Santa Cruz and kind of looked out over the pier, that like green emerald blue that the water is perfectly sums up the waters of Extraeus. Definitely would recommend going as well. Fun times. Um, but that's the kind of green that the oceans are. And that's just during calm days. For stormy weather, the colors flip and it becomes more of a sapphire emerald. So it's like a darker, brooding blue green almost. It's so weird. It's all in my head. I'll eventually put it to paper, I swear, or digital art, which I'm working on. We are working on some stuff for the Hellscart. I've been building some really cool some really cool reference materials. So yeah, we've been working on it. Okay, so we've got our base color here. Let me look at some options for green. Oh, I do want to use the quick paints in this. Not only are they super easy, they get through this really quick, and I do kind of love sometimes like for the mushrooms, I wanted to take my time. I wanted to give the detail, all the detail I could, and I might still work on them and add some stuff, but for the quick paints, if I am going to use them, uh, sometimes you just want to get through it pretty quick, you know? So, yeah. I might cheat. But I don't think it's cheating. I just think it's getting through my pile of shame. I have a lot to work through, and I just, like I said, I really love that these miniatures specifically are super receptive to the hues of quick paints, and I really love the way that they look. Like I have a work in progress here that I haven't touched in a while, but it's the same type of miniature, and look at how well it took the skin tone coloring. Look at how, I mean, it would take me hours to do this normally, to add all of that definition in the skin tone. Look at how gorgeous that looks and how realistic. All the muscle tone definition. And I could even it out too by coming back in and putting more in so that the definition isn't so crazy. But I really like actually that like bulging defining look in the musculature in this guy. So I was going to keep it. Plus it's a creature. So, you know, I did want that otherworldliness to kind of shine through and show itself. But you can see the quick paints make it look fantastic. So I really love using them with these. They're super helpful. There are some paints that I would definitely recommend for certain types of miniatures. And if you have a busy day, if you have a busy schedule all the time, then quick paints are something that can really save your life. So I'm gonna work with this guy for today. And if we get done super quickly, and you know we still have time, I might get started on a gray option, one of these other gray versions, and we'll see what the differences are and how much work goes. It's definitely more work for not the quick paints, but we'll see the differences in work and how long it takes. See if we'll even finish the gray one. All right, so let's get started. I want to start with the scale tones first because the way I like to work through the miniatures is to start from the, especially with character miniatures, is to start from the what I call the first layer. Since I've been doing digital art, I feel so fancy now. But you start with the first layer, right? And that's always going to be the the naked body of the of the miniature underneath all of the armor and everything. And so that's what you want to focus on first. So that's what we're doing. We're focusing on the scales first. Okay, so I've got these two green options. Oh, I've also got this really cool malignant green too. I don't want to, you know, cut short any of my options because you never know. You could get some really cool combos if you're, you know, if you just kind of like experimenting and discern what you like. Okay, I don't see any other greens. Just make sure. We can also make our own greens, so I'm not too worried about not finding the right color. But okay, so we've got orc skin. It's not an orc, so I don't know if I want to use the orc skin. So I'm gonna put that away. And then we've got this malignant green that's got kind of some yellow in it, so I don't know how green that'll look. I'm trying to shake it up here to see if that'll mix in the paint more and show me what it looks like. But I think it's going to look more like a, and forgive me for saying this stream, it's going to look a little bit more like puke. And that's kind of what I think this is going to look like. It's like that gross baby upchuck. Yeah, see, it definitely looks nasty. So I think that excludes the malignant green from our. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if I like that, but I really like this prismatic bolt. I think it makes them pop. I think it's a big, bold color. This is definitely something I'd be like, these are the it's a little difficult to tell because it looks more blue in the video, but it's definitely more green on my end. These are the watercolors of Extraeus. This is how gorgeous it looks. So, and then just gonna do a couple drops. You don't need much, and you can always add more later. Remember, these paints are expensive, and I would much rather add more as I go than, you know, not have enough later when I need it. Okay, let's see here. Picking out the perfect thickness is important because if you go too thick, then unfortunately sometimes you can oversaturate or overextend the miniature, the paint, the boundary paints of the miniature. Like you can go past the lines, so to speak. Okay, gonna saturate the paint in there. All right, and you want a good amount. I'm gonna start with the back because it's the most expansive portion here. Oh yeah, it just goes on and it kind of just washes in. You just let it do its work. It's kind of like the paintbrush, remember? You just let it run its course. I try to hold it as like perpendicular as possible so that the saturation is as even as possible. And you can always spread it out, mix it in as you go. All right. Grab a little more, make sure that you're really in there. Got enough paint. You can even hold it like a little bit this way to ensure the paint flows downward as it's supposed to. Fill in those gaps and not cause too much blockage. Okay. We're doing good. We're keeping a nice even coating. I'm also going to cover, oof, my hand's kind of getting in the way here. I'm holding it kind of awkward, but I'm also going to do like the underarms here, the pits. All right. If we want to get, a little vulgar. All right. You can really see the paint flows where it kind of wants. So you got to be real careful that you don't put too much and then whew, it goes all over the place. Alright, and then of course regularly washing out your brush and making sure that when you dab it on your paper that there is none of the paint remaining. If you still get paint coming through on the brush, then you have not washed it thoroughly enough and you need to give it a second pass. That is what I would recommend in those instances. Don't just start painting something new with it because you run the risk of like the other paint, the previous paint bleeding into your new section. You don't want that. It'll ruin your effect that you're going for. Ooh, ooh, these are toughies. These are a little tough because of the way they have to be held as well. I will say that is the challenge of quick paints is you either have to go really slow to ensure that the pigmentation doesn't get too out of hand and do multiple layers, which you can do, or you have to give it one real good, oh, what are we doing here? Why is it being all out of focus? Come on. Do I need to deactivate? Oh, there we go. It focused. It focused back in. Okay. Yay. I was a little worried there. Okay, now we're going to do the face. Keep all that going. All right. Get it in all the little crevices and all the nooks. Except the mouth. You don't have to go in there because we're going to paint that like red usually is the color. For the tongue and stuff. If it bleeds into the mouth though, you don't have to worry too much. You'll always repaint that. And if it's if like the pigmentation comes through too strongly, then you can always paint that in like a matte red, not a quick paint. And then that will get rid of the like lightness that is the quick paint saturation. Okay. Give the bottom another layer here. Oof. Okay. Yeah, these are a little awkward. Okay. We'll do the other back arm right here. Might have to do a smaller brush actually. Hmm. Okay. Oof, we're getting there. We're getting there. Gotta be very careful. And if you check how I'm holding the miniature, it's all in a way that ensures the most stability in my hands to make the brushstrokes that I need. Having a steady hand helps, don't get me wrong, but there are ways to stabilize your hand if you don't have the best, stability. Like my husband, he has nerve issues with his hands, so keeping completely steady is a little difficult. So really holding, yourself together with your other hand helps kind of give you um, that extra assistance, extra support. Okay, so we've done the forearms here. Everything else I think is like leather jerkin underneath. What I see, okay, I think I can go a little more green in there. The chest goes a little deeper. Yep, there we go. Okay. Oof. All right. Give that some good saturation. Oof. The curse about living with cats is their hair gets everywhere. I love those little buggers. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Okay, I think everything else is covered. He's got breeches on, and then the shin guards on top, but the clawed feet are exposed. So I will paint those. And I will say a lot of what he's wearing looks very leather-like. So instead of the hardened leather I have for the quick paints, I might use the actual rigid leather effect paint I have because I just really love how it looks. It definitely gives it the look of leather that I like, and I kind of just like it better. So it's it. I might deviate from the quick paints that we were gonna use today, uh, just a little bit, just for the accents. Don't be afraid to mix mediums too. Like I said, sometimes there are like recommended paints, but you don't have to follow recommendations. They're just that, recommendations, not rules or mandatory. And it's not always cut and dry, like you have to use quick paints for these, you have to use matte paints for these. It's just kind of what works for you. For me, I love the quick paints on the WizKids miniatures, but I never expect anybody else to gush over them like I do. So if it's not your cup of tea, and there's also some people who think the quick paints are a little lazy, and I totally agree. I kind of have to be lazy sometimes because I don't have a lot of time, all the time, to be painting miniatures. So it is a little bit of a cheat, which I'm perfectly okay with because I got to get through a lot of these. Oh, let me see. Am I like, gotta move that a little bit so I can like scooch in. And then maybe angle that downward a little. There we go. Because I'm going to be down here a lot. Let's see. Okay. The feetsies are doing pretty good. So yeah, so when I give these suggestions, they are just that, suggestions, and by no means do I think they're rules that you absolutely have to follow. The great thing about art is that it is subjective. It is completely up to not just the eye of the beholder, but the artist who makes it themselves, right? They're the ones who truly know the meaning of their piece. So there it's really up to what they want to do, what they feel comfortable with. So never feel like you're making the wrong choice or the wrong decision. All right. Let's see. So now we've given that a bit of pigment. Kind of like the lightness of it. For you guys, it looks kind of very blue. Uh, but he's more green on my end. Oh well. He looks very sky blue on the video, which is really interesting how it comes across. Uh, it's like not everything registers. I might have to get like a better camera eventually, which I've been saying. Okay. I think I want to work on the leathers. Those would be the next look, I think. Yeah. And it's gonna be a lot of leather underneath, but the accents on top are gonna be what really brings it together. So, is that rigid? No, that's my flesh wash. Flesh wash. Don't you just love how that sounds? Rigid leather, where are you? I'll find it. I swear. It's right. Oh, there it is. There it is. Ha ha. Oh, I love some of these effect paints. They're amazing. And all the companies kind of make really fantastic effects paints on their own. So I just like going around and finding what's what. Like some make really good like war effect paints and stuff like that. You know, there's just differences. Shake it violently if you need to. If you can't hear it in there, you're not doing it right. Okay. Whew. It's definitely coming out. All right, we're gonna give it a good dollop. We're gonna need a bit of coverage, but we can always add more, like I said. As you can see, we didn't even use all of the quick paints, and that was just 2 drops. And we might add a third layer, so who knows? Okay, I want to use a smaller brush actually for this because the miniature is fairly small, and I like adding detail and being as precise as possible. Yeah, that's a lot thinner. All right. So, I'm gonna add a little water there. Keep it nice and slick. It also helps keep kind of like the shape of the brush. Okay, let's start at the back. And I'll start there. Forgive me if I go a little bit quiet sometimes in order to stay within the lines. Sometimes I stop talking or breathing just for a little bit, not forever, I swear. But just until I get the perfect line. Nice. We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. Now that we've got a good baseline, I can start spreading all that paint down. Perfect. Come up here. Just gonna draw the brush down, and it makes the line for us. Oh, perfect. And I'll just add a line on the inside there. Awesome. Okay. Now we're going underneath. All right. Whew. Hope you're having a good Saturday out there, relaxing and chilling. Having a good time, staying out of the heat now that it's close to summer. It's starting to get there. Here in California, it's basically already summer. The heat waves have already begun. So, oof, we're dealing with some nasty stuff. If you know me, I am virulently opposed to the heat. I do not like it. If given the choice, I would prefer to freeze rather than burn. But that's just me, or sweat to death. Oh, no, thank you. Yeah. And then I always say, you can always put more clothes on to get warm, but there's only so much you can take off in a heat wave before, you're breaking some laws. So I prefer the cold. Thank you. I also don't have a great relationship with the sun. I always tell my friends I should have been born a vampire because I don't like the sun, the heat. No, thank you. Summer is like my least favorite. I prefer fall and winter. I'm a weirdo. I'm one of those melancholy weirdos. I like rainy days. I like cold. Ugh. Okay. Oh, nice. That was an awesome line. I was a little worried it would bleed through. Okay. And then, oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. There we go. Whew. Gotta be careful. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. I like it. Okay. I gotta be careful here. Give myself another rinse. Reset the brush. Just making sure there's no like excess paint in there. It's weird. This was why I like the ridges in the red Solo cups because you can you can use them to clean your brushes really well. Screw putting beer in them. Use them for art. All right, all right. Let's see. Got a good amount in there, not too much. Okay, we're gonna go underneath the jaw. Ooh, maybe come up this way. Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay. Gotta keep it going. Keep it going. Oh man, making those lines is tough. Let's see here. And I'm going to paint it all in the rigid leather because it still needs a base coat for the brass paint. I don't like leaving it without one, otherwise it'll take forever to get that brass in there. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go deep, go deep. Ooh.
Nice to meet you.
Ooh.
I'm Stella.
Okay. That was tough, but we got through it. Okay, let's see. underneath the armor here. Okay, awesome. Almost got the chest piece done. The base coats always make it look like just like a coloring, where you just do the one color and you're good. When you were a kid and you're done, you're like, it's done. I colored everything in. There's no shadow, no definition. We'll come back. We'll add texture. We'll add the brass accents to complement the green scaling. Oh, it already looks so good with the rigid leather underneath there. Look at that. Look at that back piece. It's already starting to look like, a soldier coming together. Huh. I might paint the breeches a different color just to give it like some change. I don't want everything to look uniform. He's a soldier, but it's like a ragtag group of soldiers. They're not in uniform. So rinse that off really well. Good. All right. Oh, depending on things, next Saturday I might be MIA. Because I'm part of as you know, the Project Zomboid Harvest PvE server, and our last stand event is next weekend. So I might not be available on Saturday. We'll see. We'll see when we schedule our meeting, our little slot to do our last stand. Okay. Do the bottom of this tunic. I'm just gonna paint all of this because all of this is leather actually. The 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 pouches are leather. Okay. All right. Hmm. Keep the belt. I'll just do the pouches and the rigid leather. Because the belt is going to probably be brass, which means we probably want to cover it in brown leather as well, actually, for the base coat. Yeah, I'll just paint this whole thing brown. There we go. Even if it's a light base coat, you'll get really good results. Okay. These are. I love character work. It's very intricate and very fulfilling, but it's also very difficult. But this is just a sneak preview too of what the giveaway will look like, as well when we announce the winner for our 100 subscribers on YouTube celebration. Uh, so I'll be painting a miniature, probably a character miniature, just like this. My intention is to, upon the drawing, or whenever I do the live drawing and like presentation of what the miniatures options are, um, I'll kind of show them, and then I will ask for what the winner would like, or like color scheme, stuff like that. Or I might also get with the winner separately, DM them, and have them describe what they want and then kind of go through it live later, you know? Like list it out and go through what was asked for. Okay, we're getting there. So much easier now that I remember everything should be painted brown because we need that base coat. Okay. All right, doing pretty good. Okay, line the underneath. So nice. Okay, got the lining there. We're gonna go behind here and take care of the back of that loincloth. Want to make sure we keep that continuity. Okay. Whew. And then the bracers, I think I will also do in the rigid leather. That way they have that base coat for the brass. Okay. Awesome. Make sure we keep those lines. Okay. We also have D&D tomorrow, so I'm super excited about that. Okay. Put in a bit more. Okay. Doing pretty good here. Almost got these breeches covered, or these shin guards covered. I do want to think about what color breeches they should have, though. I'm not sure. It's a good complementary color to green and to the brown. Oh, I could do like some yellow pants. Not too bright, just like an off yellow. Okay, nice. I've got it like up out of the camera. Uh, okay. Oop, there we go. Adding a good base layer for all that brass. It's gonna look real nice. But yeah, I was thinking the breeches, maybe a nice yellow. I don't know, that might not complement the brass as well as I like it too. We gotta go with a darker green. That wouldn't be too, or a blue? Blue wouldn't be too bad. I am working with a lot of blue though. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments or in the chat. Yeah, I'll think about it while I will finish painting these shin guards. Looking pretty good. All right. Not too shabby. Oh, damn, we might actually only get time for this miniature today, which isn't bad. I like putting in as much effort as possible. Sometimes I overestimate how quickly I can get through a miniature too. I'll be like, oh, this will only take me a couple hours, and then, 5 hours later, I'm only halfway through. So I'm no stranger to underestimating or underestimating how much time it'll take. Okay. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I slipped a little bit. I'd hoped it didn't mess with anything, but it didn't, so we're good. Alright, we're doing okay. Alright. Doing pretty good. Okay. Alright. Looking pretty good here. Painting some good miniatures. I'm wondering if I should go a more bold color with the breeches then. I could go more green. It really gives it the nautical theme. But, let's see. I think orange pants would look like too, out there. Gray pants. That might not be bad. Stormy gray pants. I don't hate that option actually. And we have a gray floored gray, or something like that here for the quick paints. So that might help. Okay. All right, and with that, the shin guards are done. Oh, I do need to make these pouches as well. Brown. They are, of course, leather. All right. The way it dries too, it definitely looks like leather, which is why I love using it. So, 10/10 would recommend. Oh, I gotta do the back of the tunic as well. The inside back of the tunic. Okay, going back there. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Cool, cool. I think we might want to do the gloves as well, actually. Every time I think I'm done, I find something new that I have to paint. All right. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. There we go. Get there. The gloves should be the last thing we need to paint, and then we can move on. I'm liking the idea of gray breeches more and more. I think it would definitely work with the sea theme, the pirate theme of this miniature. And also, I just think it would fit the personality of this particular sailor. So, I like it. I'm liking it more and more as I think about it. So, I think that's cemented as a color for the breeches. I like it. All right. Doing pretty good. Making sure to stay in the lines, as weird as that sounds. But we got this. We got this. Okay. Oh, moving my light around a bit. Yep. Oh, actually, I can probably. I've realized I've moved that a little too far forward. Now it's showing like all my lights. That's probably why. Okay. That's as good as it's gonna get. And I'll face that inward a bit. There we go. You shouldn't see the light so much. Okay. Here we are. Insides of the bracers. Bracers. Uh, uh, okay. Perfect. I love it when the brush does what I ask it to. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do just the lining. Oh, I did. I've got to remove some paint here. we did it. We just took a little bit of water and removed the brown, and then I went back in with a little bit of the quick paint green and added just a tiny bit of saturation in there to cover it up a bit, and we're doing good. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on right here to the hand. All right. Let's see. This is tough. And the hands are so small. Okay. Whew. Gotta be very careful. One wrong move and I put paint in the wrong place, you know? But I think we've got it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I got it without messing it up. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay. Now the other bracer. Oh, this one's bigger. This one's like a hole up to the elbow kind of thing. There we go. Alright. Whew, gotta be careful with these lines sometimes. There we go. Just gotta be patient. Whew. Whew. Okay. Oh, I gotta go in this little crux of the arm, of the elbow, where it bends inward. Okay. Sorry for such the dramatic breathing. I just have to make sure that I keep the lines properly in there. Otherwise, the miniature will lose all of its glamorous look. Oh, I'm gonna go in blind. Okay. Ooh, we did it. I was a little worried, but we got through. Okay. Gotta make sure it's all properly saturated without creating any clumping. Okay, this is just a little tough, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Oh, you scared me, Inkling.
Welcome Inkling 720.
Welcome, welcome. I'm just painting miniatures here. Forgive me if I'm a little quiet. It's just, ooh, gotta stay focused. One wrong move, and it's all over. All right, but thank you for joining me today. How's it going? Ha, no worries. Nah, nah, nah. It's a good kind of scare. It's a good kind of scare. All right. Don't even worry about it. Uh, how's your day been? Um, I'm just getting through my pile of shame here. Painting miniatures. I have so many that I need to paint, and I'm using this live stream as a motivation to get that shit done. Okay. And it's not even you that scared me. It's the it's the giant thing that's in my ear that it's like super loud. I have to figure out a way to like lower it. It's like the alert. Okay. Ooh, that was tough. But we did it. We're almost there. Oh, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, day's been good. I'm glad. It's a good Saturday. Nice, quiet, and relaxing. Hopefully nothing crazy going down. Just chillin' vibes. Oh, I missed a little spot here. Oh, okay. Cool, cool. Think we're doing all right. I think we've got the gauntlet in there. Let me see. I might fix the line here. It just doesn't look quite right. I might have to extend it. There we go. That makes more sense. All right. There we go. Okay, looks like we've got all the leather done on here, which is really cool. Let's see. Yep, I think that's all the leather we need to add. I'm gonna go ahead and pick out a gray for the breeches. Okay, let's see. That's gunmetal. That's palette bone. Oh, here. Yep, Gravelord gray. We have a lighter gray though that I actually like possibly a little better just because
Nice to meet you.
the Gravelord
I'm Stella.
gray tends to be a bit dark. It's almost black. So I have a like runic, almost blue. Where is it? There it is, runic gray. It's a gray, but it's like really blue gray, which is really weird to say. So I'm gonna use this, I think, for the breeches. Where's the? There we go. A little cover for my brush. Just give it an extra rinse there. Make sure it's nice and good. And then very gently put it back in its holder. All right. Go back to our bigger brush for the coverage. Give it a nice pat down in some water. And then I'm going to go back to this runic gray. We're going to give it a good shake. Remember, if you don't hear it, you're not doing it right. All right. Good amount. Good amount. And then I'm going to drop a couple droplets in there for the breeches. I love saying that word. It's so fun. All right. Well, I'm glad you're having a good day, Inklin. I hope this brings you some relaxation while you're going about your day. And I'm really glad you joined me today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see if this is enough.
Welcome,
Oh,
Snoopy01.
welcome, Sergeant Snoopy. I'm so glad you joined up. I really appreciate it. Just painting some D&D minis. Nothing crazy today. Just kind of have to work through all my pile of shame. All the minis I have sitting there, waiting for paint, waiting to come alive. I'm using a special type of paint called quick paint. And what it does is it is exactly that. It makes things quick. So it's I'm using it to get ahead quickly while I can. Paint lots of miniatures in a short amount of time. Although it's still taking quite a bit of time just because whenever I do miniatures, I do like making them look as awesome as possible. But I hope your day's going well, Mr. Snoopy, or Sergeant Snoopy, my apologies. And DME Guile and I will be coming on here pretty soon. Once I pick them up, but and once we get home. But yeah, hope everyone's having a good night. I'm excited for Last Stand. Ooh, I'm a little terrified because it's my first one, but I'm super excited and I can't wait. It's gonna be interesting to see too what time slot we end up picking. So I'm nervous but excited. Ooh. Oh, these quick paints, they can get a little out of hand sometimes if you're not careful. They'll bleed into some of the other areas if you don't keep a good, tight control on them. It's like kids, right? Like you gotta let them roam, but every now and then you gotta bring them home. Oof, okay, let's see. All right, got a good amount. Oh, hitting my light again. And then I want to remove gray from the. There we go. Okay, we've got some light gray breeches here. Not bad. Let's see how that looks. Oh, now that it's a little more. Yeah, the skin tone kind of really looks similar to the breeches, but I swear they're different colors. I swear. All right, all right. Let's see here. I might give it a second coat. It just depends on how it um how it dries. Especially up here, I might give it a second coat. Make it a little darker. Okay. All right, all right. Doing it pretty good. And you don't have to be too perfect on these. Remember, they are pirate breeches, so they're not going to be pristine or in crazy good shape. They might have holes in them, rips in them, things like that, patches. All right. I like that for the breeches. Doing pretty good. Hmm. What next? What next? For the pauldrons, huh? A bright green, maybe? What am I thinking here? We could add some of the brass, but I do want to make the pauldrons scaled in some way. I might use a matte color. I know I said I wouldn't. I was going to use all quick paints today, but there are some things. And also mixing matte colors with the quick paints really helps change the texture in these. Ooh, hold on a second. I gotta take a quick break. I will be right back. All right, and we're back. Okay, so we're going to use some of this Treant green, I think, for the pauldrons. It's going to look really good. Some light green scaling will really add some texture to the color. Okay, I'm going to use a smaller brush. So I'm going to put this guy back. Sometimes I twirl it around in there to make sure all the bristles are facing in one direction, because if they're bent or anything like that, it can really mess up your paintbrush if you're not careful. Just little tips, you know. Okay. Got a little bit of trash here. All right. The runic gray looks really good, actually. Really dig it. All right. Gonna mix that up a bit. Get some. There we go. Get it a little more pliant. Otherwise, it clumps too easily. All right. We're going to add some scaling here. Oh, there's a whole intersection here. Okay. Whew. Okay. Doing pretty good. Keeping the lines proper in there. It's always helpful. And then, all right.
and then you just, like I said, let your brush go where it needs to. It knows. It knows. Okay. I'm going to paint the whole thing because I want to put brass accents on this too. And the brass is going to need at least a base coat. And who knows, the green might actually add some...
Welcome can_Guile.
Oh, hi, Ego. Welcome, welcome to the party. Whoop, whoop. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna add some brass highlights in here, so the green will act as a base coat for it. Right now we're doing the coloring in method, which is basically us treating it like a coloring book, filling in all the base colors, making sure that it's all, blocked in properly. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And then once we've got done blocking all of the colors in, then we'll go in and add fun little details, glow, whatever strikes the fancy, right? And then we'll see what it looks like at the end. All right, we finished the one pauldron in green. I'm going to do the next one. This one's a little trickier. It's on the inside of the where the miniature is like kind of cocking their head to one side. And so they're on the inside of that, which makes it a little more difficult to paint into, but we'll get there. We're working through it. And just remember, let your brush guide itself. It's really weird to say, but the bristles kind of know where they're going, right? So you just lead, like you give it a direction and then just let the bristles take their ride. Be gentle with it too. Don't be forceful. Don't try to push the brush where you want it to go. Let it glide. Otherwise, you could go too fast, and then and then you jerk and accidentally move your brush and paint something you weren't interested in painting. All right, we're going to keep defining those
Hope
lines.
everyone enjoys it here. Please follow the stream.
Yeah. Well, it's like part speed paint, part matte paints. I'm kind of experimenting. I said I would do speed paints for this one, but I kind of got caught up trying to do mattes as well. And I kind of like the combination of both. I think both is where you get all that nice detail work and definition, right? Like the speed paints are really good for showing highlights and shadows and things, especially these types of miniatures that are primed white. Uh, but other times you want that matte paint to stand out, to give you a little extra definition, to show that, it's not the same thing uh, that you're seeing. It's not just one thing painted in different colors. You're seeing different things on, like this is clothing on a person, right? So we want to make sure that that's what it gives to people, that people are like, oh, he's wearing this. It's not just something people painted on him. Okay, we've got that blocked in. I'm saving, as you can see, I'm saving the weapon for last because it's gorgeous and I really want to do a good job with it. I was thinking of doing it. I don't know. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Hmm. It could go one of two ways. I can make it all brass and add some accents in there like jewel tones to make it look like it's encrusted in jewels. Uh, or I could make it in two-tone metals, so like the handle would be like a gunmetal silver type of deal, and then the top could be like bone. What do you think? Bone? Um, I kind of like that. And I could still encrust it in jewels. That's not a problem. Because I can even add glow paints in there and stuff, make it look all cool. Uh, but yeah, I kind of like the bone. Like, because look, the hammer head is about as big as his head. So what if he took somebody else's head and like stuck it on, I don't know, right? The possibilities are endless. So I think it'd be really cool if it was maybe like bone colored. But then that might not make sense, right? Because bone obviously is very brittle, so if you use it to smash someone's head in, might not work. Might not work. Yeah, we'll see. But I'm saving it for last because I'm not sure. Oh, and since I have this green on the pauldrons, I like it for the eyes as well. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take, because the main eyes, the sclera, I think is what it's called, is going to be yellow. And I like this fire newt orange. It says it's orange, but it's really yellow. It's really yellow. Okay, gotta go in. Shake it good. Remember, if you don't hear it, you're not doing it right. Woo. Okay. Putting just a little dollop down, nothing crazy. Oh, but I am having a little overflow issue, so just gonna put whatever overflow down. Is it? Oh, Inkling says bone is strong enough to be shaped into a weapon or sharpened into a weapon. Okay, okay. So maybe what I'll do is I'll make the skull bronze. Let me get that in. Yeah, yeah. There we go. As you can see, I might make the handle a gunmetal gray, or I might make it all brass up until the head, and then I might make this bottom spike section bone. That might be cool. Ooh, or I could make the handle and the spike section bone, and then this top section could be brass or something for the actual hammer part of it. I think that might look really cool. I might give that a shot. That's a really good idea. Thank you so much for letting me know. That is very informative. All right. So, let's see here. Oh, that's right. We're working on the eyes. Pay attention. I'm going to bring out the Psycho, which is not as scary as it sounds. It's just a paintbrush, I promise. But it's so tiny, you can barely even see. I don't think you can. Nope. Let me see if I can put it up against something. Gee, oh, you can barely see right there. You can barely see the brush. It's so tiny, but it's called the Psycho because it's made specifically for making psychotically insanely small detail lines. I love using it. Ooh, but it is very difficult to use because it's so small. I don't dare breathe while I use it. That's how crazy it is. It's so small. Oh man. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean up this eye. I did a boo boo. Or I might just make it huge. I might make it a big eye. Giant ass lizard eye, you know? Just looking at you. Let me see. Let me see. No, that's too big. I'm gonna clean that up for sure. Yeah, I like that better. That looks like more like an eyeball. Okay, I'm gonna clean it up. But it's good to know. It's good to know. And these are fairly easy to clean up because I can just take a little bit of water. I can just come through and remove the excess. And then there we go. Get some good stuff out. And then what I can do is I can go back, get a little bit of the original speed paint I use. I can also go back in and try to match it with a matte paint as well if I want to do some extra work there. But all I have to do is just come through here. Look at that. Fairly easily fixable. Alright. Oof, gotta be careful. I can always come back in and redefine the yellow too. So I don't have to feel too worried about that. I do want to increase the pigmentation around the eyes as well. Make sure you can really see the difference in scaling. Otherwise, it'll just look like similar tones, and I don't want that. I want to give it some good definition. Okay. Oh, and here too. Ooh, okay. Doing pretty good. I'm going to come back through up here. There we go. Another thing that I would recommend doing when working with characters is look at the eyes and make sure they line up where you painted them. Because if they don't, then they start looking like googly eyes. And that might not be something you want. Okay. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Okay. I'm going to use the Psycho here to redefine the yellow.
Nice to meet you. I'm Stella.
That's my Pando Stella. She's a little kitty at the bottom right there, trying to make friends. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. And then to define that top brow. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Then once that dries, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to do the little slitted eye in the Psycho brush with the green. Let's see here. Actually, I saw a bit of the pauldron that was unpainted underneath here. Can't believe I missed that. All right, there we go. Well covered now. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure the lines are properly lined up. There we go. Ooh. Sometimes keeping those lines is breathtaking. Okay. Let's see now. While we wait for that to dry, I am going to paint the ground a bit and then work on the claws on the feet, which I'm also going to use a matte bone color for, because as much as I like the bone color speed paint, it comes in really faint. I might use it for the skull or the back of the spike, but I don't know. We'll see. And then I'm gonna use a wider brush. Okay. I'm just gonna cover the base here. Fairly dark color. Yeah, I like that. Like I said, it almost looks black. Maybe it'll dry a little lighter, but I like it nonetheless. They usually tend to dry a bit lighter than they apply, so I'm not too worried about it. I just really love how easy these are to apply and the way that they just create definition as you put them down. It's crazy, but so awesome. Alright. I'm going to put a little more on. We got this. Alright. Okay. Let's get this. Oh, there we go. Perfect. At least for what we need. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm very careful and don't bleed into what I'm trying to keep the integrity of. The claws are important. I want to make sure they stay. Okay, awesome. Oh, I just have this little front section left. Okay. There we go. And even if you do mess up, remember, they're all little happy accidents, and we can always figure some way to make it work or fix it or change it up, okay? So never think that because you painted it not the way that you wanted that it's all messed up. There's always ways to salvage things. And that's what I kind of tell myself when I get a little frustrated sometimes, because we all do. With our painting, it's not always perfect, and sometimes we get upset. I just try to remind myself that it's all for fun, it's all for the art, and as long as we're enjoying ourselves, there shouldn't really be any reason we get upset. All right, let's put in some bone. Where is my bone? There it is, a skeleton bone. I love it, I love it. Ooh, it's already popping out. Sometimes I don't even need to shake it. I know you should, but in this case, it was just, yep, perfectly coming out. Already ready to go. Okay. Gotta be very careful with doing these claws. I don't want to paint them wrong. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Oof, gotta keep it so small, so tiny. Okay. Don't even have to do too much either. Just slight little hints here and there are enough. remember to breathe. Sometimes I forget and then I get lightheaded. Okay, we're doing good. There we go. Oh, dang, this is scary. Let me just go in there. I can breathe. And then one final claw, at least up there. We've still got the hand claws. Okay. And then I wasn't too worried about overflow because I can easily just go through with the quick paint and get rid of any straggling paint marks. All right. We got the feet there, all pretty defined. You can see the little bone claws sticking out. Yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's looking pretty good. You can even see the yellow eyes coming through just a little bit. All right, we've got almost all the base colors down, which is awesome. It looks like we really just have the weapon down to complete. So, I'm wondering if I should do the quick paint bone color or the matte. Let me see, where is my bone color? Where'd it go? That's sand golem. It's around here somewhere. Oh, I could have used Absolution Green. I need to reorganize all of my paints. Leather, purple, pallid bone. Wah! Right here. I'm clumsy AF. Okay, let's try it. Let's try the pallid bone. Shake it, shake it, shake it good. All right. I'm gonna put it right here. Just a couple drops. And we're gonna start with the end of this handle. I kind of actually really like it looking like bone with brass accents inlaid into the bone. So thank you so much for that idea, Inkling. I really appreciated it. Okay. All right.
I'm hungry.
I'm gonna paint all of this bone. And the reason I did this is because there are also, remember, hand claws that are a part of this miniature that I mentioned I was going to paint in. And I realized that if the handle is also bone, they can't look too similar, otherwise I'll lose the look of the bone claws with the look of the bone handle. But if I do them in quick paints, give them a good amount of definition, and then using the matte bone for the hand claws, just like I did for the foot claws, would look all right, and they would actually look good with the miniature and not blend in too crazily. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Oh, and I kind of really like how that quick paint for the bone is coming out. Look at that. It's looking really good. Okay, and then I'm gonna paint this back spike. the whole thing be bone? That would look cool. Bone with brass accents and bejeweled tones would certainly be intimidating. Someone coming at you with the bone of their own, like it could be their ancestor or something, or it could be an enemy too. Like I put their head on a weapon for myself. Just think of that. So yeah, I don't know if it would do good as a hammer as much as the spiked option is really interesting. Hmm. It could be reinforced with the brass too, is what I was thinking. Because I kind of like the idea of making it all bone, like a carved bone. And then it would be reinforced either on the inside or on the outside with brass. And that would keep it. I don't know too much about metallurgy, but color-wise, that makes sense. From an aesthetic point, anyway. You can tell me if I'm wrong in the chat if I don't know what I'm talking about from a metallurgical standpoint. Okay, doing good. Almost got all that bone defined. Oh, and I just really like how that's coming out. Let's see if we can get this to focus. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous that bone looks. Oh, this is why I love the quick paints, because they are so good at giving this definition. So fantastic. All right, wash off my brush. We're actually getting close to the time I finish. And at least we got all of the base coats down, which is awesome. And then on the next one, I can finish it up and make it look all good. But now we know at least what the base coating is. I am gonna go in with the Psycho, and I'm gonna try to put in the eyes. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, I did it. Oh, okay. Oh, I did it on this one too. Yay! We did it. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that looks so good. We did it. We got the eyes the way we wanted them. Perfect. All right. It's so hard to do eyes. Oh, I don't even know if I could show you what it looks like. It's so hard to see what they look like. Yeah, but the eyes are there, I swear. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and do the little bone hand claws. Okay. Whew. All right, I like it. And then a little bit on the thumb. All right. Now it looks like the bone claws are sticking out of the gauntlets because obviously they have to make room. And those are weapons. You don't want to not have them exposed, right, and able to be used inside of gloves. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, I do want to do the inside. We didn't do the inside of the mouth in a red color. See, I've got blood red here. This might do well for the inside of the tongue. Inside of the mouth. A little dot right there. Okay. Oop. And I'm going to go in with a bitty brush, small brush. Okay, okay. Oh man. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, it looks nasty. It looks like he's been munching on something, you know? But he's in the middle of war. Who knows what he took a bite out of? Okay, and then I was going to use the Psycho to do the little teeth in bone as well. But I'm going to get a newer. Oh, hit myself. All right. Gonna shake that up a bit, get some more paint. There we go, just a little bit, un poquito. Okay. A ver. Now I'll do the teeth in my little tiny Psycho brush. Okay. Gotta do the underneath as well. I might not breathe. Oh, okay. Whew. And I gotta. Okay. Whew. Thought I messed up. Oh, perfect. Oh, I don't know if you can see. The inside of that mouth looks so good. And the teeth like really lend that like fearsomeness to it. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Doing pretty good. Okay. Oh, and that bone on the hammer, I just love. I love how good this looks. Hell, if you wanted to use it right now, you could. Obviously, I want to put more detailing in there. I want to do some like brass work. Give the leather a little bit of definition, you know, which I am gonna do. I'm also gonna add jewel tones to some of the areas, probably some of the more adorned areas, like in on the shin guards right here, the tops where the knees are, the middle of the belt. The ring at the center of the torso is going to get some detail work. Edges of the bracers, um, the lining of the pauldrons will probably get some brass work too. And then, of course, the bone. Uh, Parts of it are going to get brass work. I think maybe just the ring between the bone spike and the skull. I might make that brass. I might make the eyes. I don't know. I'll probably make this band circling around the bone. I'll make that brass as well. There you go. That way, that little squiggly going around, wrapping around it, I'll probably make that brass. And then like the lines, the circular lines on here, make those brass. Everything else will probably stay bone, and then I might add some jewel tones to give it the look of like encrusted jewel. And who knows, I might even give the eyes a little bit of a glow as well, so that so I can use the black light and have that excuse. All right. Let me see. Is there any other ones?
No, I think that's all the black light that we. Oh, there's one I haven't shared actually that does black light, and that's this one that we did for Drexla. Let me see if I can. Let's get that off, and let me see if I can get. Or did I not do it? Oh, this might not have glow effects. That might not be a glow miniature. Ah, dang it. No, no. Did I just break that on stream? I did. I totally did. I'll fix it. I got super glue. I'll fix it. Okay, good to know. Don't do that without securing your miniatures, or else. Boo. Okay. But yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. I do need to get some super glue around here somewhere. I'll figure it out. And then I have to figure out what miniature we're going to do after this one. I could go back to the mushrooms and we could do some more some more mushroom work. I don't mind it. I like these. They're pretty cool. And it'd be interesting to see what they look like with a little bit of paint. I also have a couple of other characters I could work on. Let's see here. I've got like this wizard. Do I have any? I don't know if I have any set piece items I can work on. I did quite a few. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can also, if I really want to work with glow paints again, I could do this little sword. I like this guy. And the best part, come on, it comes out. It's a little articulable piece. So I can paint the flames in the separately with some matte paints and then add some glow effects, and then paint the sword in silver and hope that every time I take it in and out of here, it doesn't rub off the paint. I could seal them and see if that might work. That might not be a bad idea. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call that a day for the stream here. We'll see what we come up with next time, but we will be finishing this guy for sure with some accents and, making sure that he looks good for the next session, whenever that might be. So, yeah, have yourselves a good night. Thank you so much for joining me, Inkling and Egile and Sergeant Snoopy. I really appreciated it. I love the fact that you guys joined me here today for the live stream. Thank you so much, and have yourselves a good night. Make sure to take care of yourselves because you matter, okay? All right, we will see you guys probably on Wednesday is when I will do my next live stream for some more Project Zomboid. And then, of course, Saturday I might be MIA depending on when we schedule our last stand event. So we might not have a live stream then. We'll see. We might. We'll see. I might do it earlier just so that we can have one. All right, guys, have yourselves a good night, and I will see you later.